Event at the White House today. Joe tells a long, convoluted, rather weird story about himself.
I was going to tell you a quick story. When I decided to help pick someone who was going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party, I was asked in Delaware to go out and try to find a candidate for the United States Senate. I was 28 years old as part of this group of people. And I kept trying to get people who were consequential to get involved, and they didn't want to do it. And Nixon was running that year, was going to be a lead pipe cinch, Republicans were going to win, and I was a Democrat. And so I showed up at a Democratic convention, an off-year convention, and I went to make sure that everything was going to be okay. And I would report, I was the kid at the convention, and it was in Dover, Delaware. And after the afternoon session, I went back to the hotel, a typical hotel, a motel where you drive up, you get out of the car, you walk in the door. And I was in there, I was shaving, and I had a towel around me. And I was in the bathroom, which is like 8 by 10, and 2 beds with the headboards nailed to the wall and a desk nailed to the wall. And all of a sudden I hear bam, 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 this banging on my door. And I thought it was a guy, a great friend named Bob Cunningham, and a guy named Dennis. I thought they were coming to pick me up. I thought I was late. So I went to the door, shaving cream, razor in my hand, towel on, opened the door. And who's standing there but the former governor of the state of Delaware? Swear to God. A former Chief Justice of the state Supreme Court and Rhodes Scholar, and more members of his family were United States Senators than any family in American history. Thirdly, a congressman who had been defeated earlier, a great guy, 5-term congressman, and a guy named Henry Topel, who was the state chairman. And they said, "We're coming in." I said, and I had not met 2 of them personally. 2 I hadn't met. And I'm in a towel, shaving cream on my face. And so I stepped back. I said, "Oh, gentlemen, okay, please come in." I went in the bathroom thinking, I'm going to put something on. I got in and I realized there's nothing to put on. So I wiped the shaving cream off my face and I walked out, and I was mortified. And I said, "I'm sorry, gentlemen." I said, "It's okay." And there were 2 of them, each on the end of each of the 2 beds that were facing me. And I'm against the desk like this. And this guy, Henry Topel, said, and he was from New York, he said, "Joe, we just had dinner. We were thinking. And you should run for the United States Senate." And I said, "Oh, geez, what's, you know?" I said, "Mr. Chairman," I said, "I'm not old enough." And the then Chief Justice, this retired Chief Justice, of course, said, "Joe, obviously you didn't do very well in law school." I looked at him.
All right.
He said, "It says you have to be 30 years old to be sworn in."
Turn it down if you don't mind. It goes on like this. The nudity, not consequential. He's not a consequential guy. He admits that. I'm not one to complain about white privilege. I think that's kind of a joke. But talk about white privilege. Nobody, Joe Biden, he's 28 years old, and the Chief Justice of Delaware comes to his motel room and says, "You've got to run for the Senate." Most people have to work really hard when they run for a big office like that. But it just came to Joe somehow. I wonder why. Anyway, who knows how much of that is true.